Yes, go for it.
Same
Recent. Alright, that should be it. I am live, I'm streaming on Watchmark. You are next in line to be paired. Yes, I am paired with a lot of people.
Oh,
Are you streaming already? Or not yet?
not yet.
Not yet, alright. Because this is a group of 4 that we have now. Which is not a problem. Can you link me the URL of your profile? Can I see that?
Yes.
Wait, I'm following you. I can see your profile page.
So I actually have to go to your profile and.
I don't know. Because maybe once you go online, I think, I hope.
Yeah, I'm going right now. Do. Should be good. Yeah, now I'm hosting you, which means I'm hosting myself on my channel.
Huh? What?
I'm hosting you now on Twitch. That means I'm also hosting myself on my channel.
That is hilarious.
No, so I'm going back to my channel.
And stop hosting me.
And I'm going to go live on Watch Me Work as well. I forgot I have to do that. What do you mean sign in? What's going on?
Well, it wants you to sign in. That's what it's saying.
I'm streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, but you need to sign in on Watch Me Work as well, right?
No. So I'm signing on one page, and then it asks me to sign in again. What? What is this garbage? Whatever. It says I'm next in line to be paired.
Maybe there are only 5 people here. But I see you being online. I'm seeing being live. Let's have a look.
Something is weird.
I have a feeling we're always, every time, trying to figure out this Watch Me Work thing.
Yeah.
There is social media on your profile page. There is no button that tells me to... so what's going to happen is I'm going to try and leave the group that I'm in now. And that means that you're going to be coming into that group.
Yeah. And I'm going to leave as well.
Yeah, and then we're going to see from there. Okay, leave group. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Yes. Oh, pair with another streamer. There are no streamers available. So I cannot choose.
Leave group.
Okay, I saw you were in a group and I saw you leave the group. Oh, hey, 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 what's this? Look at this. There are 5 people in the same group now.
This is weird. Oh, there's another comic book artist.
Yes, which is looking really good. Okay, cool. So we are in one group, right? Yes, yes, you are. Cool.
This thing doesn't work as...
It doesn't work as described, but
Yes, I'm going to point it out to Chris. Maybe if enough of us bugs him, we'll focus on that.
probably.
Or someone else than Chris. It doesn't have to be Chris, but Chris seems to be engaged a lot. That's kind of cool for a CEO to be engaged with.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. Okay, so
Yeah,
I
it's a very
will
good thing.
be grabbing a little bit of something to drink.
Yeah.
Let me have it started.
Cassidy is also on Twitch. The only schmuck doesn't do that. Ding.
Right. So I've been kind of cheating a little bit.
What do you mean? What do you
Because
mean by
I
cheat?
already did a little bit of work last evening. So I made some stuff going on the abdomen section.
It's fine. That's I cheat. I cheat all the time. If that's cheating, I cheat all the time. They should ban me on Twitch for cheating. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Tuesday is usually my gym day, but the trains were uh, not going to the destination where I needed to be. So what happened was I was like, yeah, I can take a detour and then kind of go past that station and then take another train back on a different trail. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just, gonna go home and then I'm gonna do some art at home. So that's what
Oh,
I did.
nice. It seemed that the phone feature is not active anymore. Have you noticed that?
No, isn't not active? Let's see. Do you want to allow your microphone to be used? Yes. Well, that one is not a microphone.
That's weird. I didn't have the option to make a call.
Oh, because I get the
Hello?
website popping up.
I don't know.
That's weird. I think I made a local setting
Ah,
and I do
Hello?
not
can you hear me?
allow.
I can hear you.
Oh no, just
For real?
this
Let me
guy.
mute Discord a bit.
Okay.
Wait, who am I hearing? I was hearing someone.
Well, yeah, I've been able to hear you, but hello.
Hello? Wait, am
I
I
don't know.
hearing you through the
I think
Watch Me Work
somebody
stuff?
tried to call me. I mean, yeah,
Yes,
I
you
can hear
did
you,
make a
but
call, but
not directly.
I'm not active
Does that
on.
make sense?
For me, it doesn't work.
I can hear you through your stream.
I don't even see the phone.
Hello?
Alright, hi. I am hearing two people right now.
Hello?
One through Discord, that is this guy is drawing, and I'm hearing someone else
Oh
through...
my goodness.
It's Cassidy.
It's Cassidy.
Hi.
Yes.
I think somebody tried to
Uh, I have to look into if I can overpass the. It
Yeah.
seems that I think my
Well,
browser is not
who
allowed to use
called
the
me?
mic,
Oy, oy, oy.
which is weird because that should be always a prompt.
Wait.
Hello.
Can you hear this guy as well?
No, he cannot hear me because I spoke with the mic muted on Discord and you didn't hear me.
Alright.
I'll try again.
Well, you know, it's funny because I can
Nope,
hear him,
see?
but it's only through his YouTube. No, I can't hear you through the direct
You
connection.
can actually
no.
invite Cassidy if he wants to join to Discord. What do you-
Yeah, sure.
I can only hear you
That's
through your
pretty
stream.
cool. You can do it through Watch Me Work. If you, Discord.
But then from where am I hearing
Hmm.
Cassidy?
I'm actually in a Discord call,
no,
but
from there's we can
sure
go
we
to the group chat of Watch Me Work instead of using the browser.
you hear me from
feature,
the streaming app, I believe.
as that one is not available to me.
Alright. Yeah, okay. I'm sure, you know, if we want to just set up a Discord thingy, then that I'm fine with that, because I am getting kind of
This is
confused
funny.
with this. This is hilarious, but it is...
I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna hang up through the
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Watch Me.
And I think I found a solution for your audio problem. I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen someone in Watch Me Work show me how to. There is an app that it's a virtual mixer.
Yeah.
It's called Virtual Mixer Bananas. If you write in Google virtual audio mixer, it's the only thing that's gonna pop up.
Audio
Virtual
mixer.
audio mixer.
Virtual...
Write banana at the end and it will surely because that's the name of the product.
Oh, voice meter, banana. VB
Yes.
audio voice meter.
And there's also another app they have over there. It's called some virtual cable or something like that. And you kind of like you need a software for rerouting. That's virtual cable.
Yeah.
And audiometer is the virtual mixer is for being able to mute. Unfortunately, you only have like up to 3 audio inserts and nothing more. It'd be cool to have even more, but I know. But yeah, if you want more, you should buy something. There are sound cards that have their own virtual mixers. Those who have DSPs in them, built in them. You can get one pretty cheap from Focusrite if you're interested.
I am not right now.
And if not, this banana should solve the problem too. You can actually mute Discord, insert Discord into one channel and have the rest of it in another channel, and still play music in your stream and not have the conversation come through.
Alright. I should look into it, but not right now because I would like to get some work done. But
Sure.
It sounds interesting.
So, yeah, and so there are solutions to your needs. I've looked. There are a lot of YouTube videos explaining. You just have to search on YouTube. Yeah, audio mixer, virtual meter, or banana something,
Hmm.
and it will show you how to stream with it. It's a bit complicated. There's a lot of like, depending on how much you want to complicate, there's a different way to do it in a different app. I don't know how it's going to eat up your resources, but it shouldn't take too much. I think like another 10% to your CPU,
Um,
not memory, but CPU. Unfortunately, yeah, audio does eat up a lot of CPU.
it's I think my CPU still has money to burn.
Yeah, I think 10% is not going to be. I think like, yeah, that's going to be 6 or 10%.
I mean, this is my CPU right now with the ZBrush loaded on a reasonably complex model.
And wait. Uh, you can tell me because I have to.
It's at 31% at max.
Oh, you're safe.
I mean, it's not even breaking a sweat. It's only gonna make something if I unwrap or something. Then it's going to be having words with me. But so far, no, pretty good.
Yeah. I'm going to have the luxury of that CPU when I'm going to buy the new computer.
So, are you already decided on when you'll be buying that new computer?
Probably when I'll have the money. I have a lot of expenses coming up.
Did you also have one of those auction sites in your country?
What now?
Over here we have this auction site that sometimes adds, it every day it has a random item or a random set of items that are at, certain discounts, and they're really good. I bought a laptop for, you know, not a much, not a lot.
They're used to, but people don't trust them, so it's not a very.
No, that's too bad.
It's not a very. I mean, no legit business does it. So they all usually have sales, normal sales.
Hmm.
Especially because in my country, I don't think they're allowed to auction lost baggages, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not asking many questions about it either. It's just, oh well.
So
I
there's not a lot of options to sell confiscated or lost luggage uh, or whatever.
hmm.
So I have no idea how if a bank takes someone's house for whatever reason, how they deal with it. It's not illegal to auction.
Yeah, no. These are just, entire lots of like computers and stuff, and they're not different computers. They're just the same computer model, but then they have, a fixed number of them. And if you order them, then you get one. And if the day is done, then the deal disappears. And then if enough people place an order, then eventually they're gonna have sold out of stock, and then you cannot order them anymore. So it's not like someone, you know, like lost luggage or something like that.
Oh, I thought it was those kind. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they are refurbished. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they're refurbished.
The only people who try to do that in Romania were like if I remember a few years ago, I've seen something like that, and it was a very shady business.
Mm-hmm.
It was not yeah, someone the retailer you can trust. So I have no idea. In Romania, they kind of like do sale every 1 month or 2 months.
Yeah.
It's like a clearance sale or something, or they just drop the price for the majority of items. Yeah, and usually they just do that tactic of jacking up the prices really high before the sale and then dropping it to really low price.
Yeah. Though it's a bit difficult to do that with laptops since there are you know, sites that track the prices. So it, you know, it wouldn't make much sense.
Yeah, but usually the ones who are very cheap are models who are getting discontinued. Like
Mm.
when I bought my tablet, I could have bought for the same price the previous 40-inch Cintiq model.
Yeah.
Almost the same price, which was like half of what the Cintiq model costs. Yeah, but they rarely do it on brand new models. It's not. I think it's not that they don't want to. It's just that there's not enough buyers to make such a deal.
What? I think if you sell a system for non-lot, you're gonna have plenty of buyers if it's a new system.
I think that like most big retailers like have only like 20 items of new stuff or very high quality computers available to
Mm-hmm.
them, and basically they just cannot pull those kind of discounts because it would not be cheap for them. And if they try to stock up with more computers, they will just not sell them. So it's a risk they don't want to
Mm.
afford. Yeah, like people here, like it's better for the retailers not to risk not selling that high-end computer because usually people are going to buy it from China or from a different outside retailer, or they could order it from the retailer, and then the retailer is just going to order that specific computer on the next shipment they receive.
No, yeah. Well, nonetheless, I'm happy with my system.
I've noticed that they still have like two previous model, like that one is from Wacom. The model they still sell,
Mm-hmm.
it's out of it's not out of production. You cannot buy it directly from Wacom anymore for like it's like 2 generations old, and they still have it. They're still trying to sell it. It's like a very big
Mm.
table size old Cintiq. It's not even. I don't think it's even called Cintiq. like one of those old professional drawing tables.
All right.
They don't they don't make those anymore. It's a shame actually. They do plan to release a very big model, but it's not. You cannot even compare it to the old ones. I mean, in quality wise, it's obviously 4K, and the other one is not. But yeah, it's not actually a table. The other one can make a pretty good coffee table.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a thing with the older models. They're pretty sizable.
Yeah, not so sturdy, at least. What am I drawing?
I know. What are you drawing?
I'm a bit dizzy and I'm having trouble with the proportions. I don't know if it wasn't that expensive, and if it wasn't that of an old model, like I really need a 4K now. I think that would have been a great investment. The old graphic table. I mean, I've seen it in a few old comic artist studios back in the day, like in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a very older model. And this one is just 2 generations old, probably from 2012 or something. And it's really awesome. Like I've seen some really good comics coming out of that drawing table.
Yeah, it depends. I think that you could easily use a different model and still be able to get the same results, similar results.
No, the cool thing about that one was the ability to uh, to rotate it and slide it the way you wanted. So if you wanted to work on the length, like you have to be like reading a document, and that's
Mm-hmm.
the perfect way for comic book. You could do that. You can change the angle a lot, not just up down,
All right.
and it was sturdy enough to like it was a real drawing board, like the old. I don't know if you've seen one. It's
Yeah,
pretty big.
I know the drawing book.
Yeah, to be honest,
Although,
I haven't
if
seen
if
one
if
on
you
in
if
college.
you put them on one of those movable arms, then you kind of have the same thing. At least
Mm,
that's what I think. So
true,
you
but
can still get the benefits of that Wacom of that Syntec with a newer model. And what I think is nowadays people are, they easily buy one of those arms if they're getting a Syntec.
I don't know if you get it. Like the size doesn't even come close to the old models. Like 24. All right, now they made a 32 one, which is a bit smaller, but this one is freaking huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real table. Like I can like if I make it a table, I can put both my laptop on it, my current tablet, my side the keyboard, my monitor, and my mic, which I have on my table, and my mouse, and have room for my arms as well.
Uh-huh.
That's how big it is. The new ones are just 24 inches, and they have now a model which is 32 and not that big. It's just enough to draw.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think in the other models they kind of like consider also elbow comfort, but I don't know what's in the new one. They kind of like went with economical reasons, like if it's more affordable, better this to be have it smaller. Plus you can move it around. I mean, carry the tablet with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a bit of a thing. People like to be able to be anywhere and work. So eventually you're gonna get products that allow people to do that.
Yeah. The disadvantage is that newer artists are not used to drawing big, but back in the day, uh, that was the standard, and older artists cannot draw that small. Like they drew big, even if it was something that was eventually would end up 5 times smaller, they would still do it on a big
Mm.
paper and then uh, trim it down. Especially in comic book, like they would work on papers 2 times or 1.5 times bigger than the printing version, just for the flexibility.
Yeah.
I can't really stress enough, like having a big drawing board. It's kind of a dream. What is that?
It's going to be a mushroom.
A mushroom? It looks like a medusa, you know, or it's probably not a medusa anymore, but that's what I see.
A Medusa like in the mythology snake person?
No, like those jelly medusa.
Oh, those things.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see what you mean. No.
it looks cool though.
I love the radial symmetry option.
Yeah, there's also it's actually there is a tool like that in Clip Studio. It's really cool. I can make really cool mandalas with it. yeah, I can just have like half, then
Mm-hmm.
4 sides, and how many sides I want. I just drew a line, and it will just copy. It doesn't matter on which side I draw. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's the best. It's just so peaceful to just put in one line and then have it automatically.
Yeah, I should play with it more and try to make a lot of patterns and geometry things. Practice. There are a lot of tools I need to start using from this app. I think it's high time I actually buy a copy of Photoshop as well.
Mm-hmm.
I only have Illustrator.
No, I think it's really easy to work with this.
What?
With the symmetry tools.
Oh,
It's really nice.
I have no idea.
It's you use Krita, right? Krita also has symmetry tools.
Yeah, I didn't had when I started using that one.
Oh, right.
By the way, how come you are using Kitra? I think I already asked you this.
Mm-hmm. Well, why?
Yeah.
Um, because it's free.
Oh.
That's my main reason.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think if you just need a few things, it's not worth buying Photoshop at all. I really like the filters in Kitra and the pattern maker. Now I noticed they introduced the thing you talked about and the animation tool, which I haven't tried it yet. But I tried going back to Kitra from Clip Studio and I cannot make that jump. It just feels awful to my hand compared to. And I don't think it works very well with my tablet. It didn't feel very comfortable even before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have that problem at all.
This one is right on the money. I think.
I mean, sometimes the performance is a little bit off, but other than that, it's pretty good for me.
No, I mean as a personal preference, I just don't like the way the mouse, the pen works in this one. At first I thought it was like the stabilization is very primitive, but it's actually very automatic.
All right.
And intuitive. I don't know how they did it, but it kind of feels like the stabilization is programmed to guess how a certain tool will react in real life and what its user would expect.
All right.
especially the eraser, like it does the same way as in Photoshop or in Kitra. Like if I erase next to this line over here,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't automatically erase like uh, this is the circle, this is the pixel it touches, and as I move closer to the circle touches the line, it will erase. No, it actually tries to think which lines you want to erase and which one you don't. So sometimes it's forgiven. So when you have like intersecting lines, you will try to figure out which line you want to erase and which one you don't. Really cool.
Well, it does sound like a neat feature.
Yep.
I have to agree.
Of course, it doesn't work to perfection. It's it doesn't read your mind, but it tries to. The best thing it understands is if you want to make a line thinner instead of want to erase it.
Oh, that's really neat.
That it understands really cool, good. Also, resizing works really good at high resolution. At low resolution, it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can still tell like Photoshop is the king. But on high resolution, it's like kind of spits in Photoshop face, if I can say that. I don't know how they do it, but if I try to resize in Kitra or in Photoshop, I will get fuzzy lines.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, it tries not to. It really tries really hard not to. It doesn't succeed perfectly, but it tries not to.
All right.
It only works like in really high resolution. Like right now, I'm working 6,000 by 6,000,
Mm-hmm.
and it works. Now, yeah. So yeah, that really helps, especially when you want to, like you have made a tiny mistake and you don't want to redraw, and it can really save you time.
Yeah, in Krita I would have to get really creative, I think, if that were to happen.
You have to retrace.
Yeah.
If you have to resize it, you have to retrace in Kitra.
Yeah, you're gonna get solutions like that, yeah.
I tried to cheat once, but I got rejected on Shutterstock because I had a tiny portion which was rescaled.
Hmm.
And they was like, nope, we're not gonna take it. By the way, if I'm not heard through the stream, I could talk less. Usually I talk more because that's the point.
Wait, what?
I could actually start talking less if you would like to. I try to talk about this out of stream, but I always forget. Like I usually talk a lot because we are streaming, and then just silence is boring.
True, that's true. No, you can talk all you want. I mean, I'm totally cool with that. Don't worry about it. I had a pretty busy, kind of hefty day. So I'm just winding down a little bit. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I don't talk. I don't talk this much anymore in real life.
All right.
Just stream. I try to keep never
So,
shutting off to avoid just having clicks on the audio all the time. But if at some point you did said like you don't want the Discord to be on the stream always.
no, I'm good with that. Don't worry.
Oh, safe. Anyway, just still put the option on the table. Hopefully we're gonna find someone who knows how to engage YouTube viewer.
Yeah, I'm seeing that YouTube has way more, but I think that's also from the Watch Me Work site. But YouTube usually brings in more viewers, but the viewers do not chat. Which,
I only get kind of like 2 or 3 per stream, real viewers, or the rest of them are just us. But usually they just sometimes they interact and they say hello, but I don't know what they expect because on Twitch is easy, they just want to chat.
yeah, true. That's also my experience with Twitch, but the other sites do not do so.
Yeah, so YouTube must have.
But I suspect that YouTube, because I wouldn't know how to find a live stream on YouTube. Save my life. So it's it's quite an enigma for me to see people interacting. Because if I wanted to watch a live stream on Twitch, I would go to the channels and then think, hey, what do I want to see, and then I click and then I end up somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know if YouTube is the same.
Yeah, the problem on YouTube that I have, the only stream I watched is moderated. So you have someone speaking and then to other people commenting, with, texting with chat.
All right.
And usually the comments are just one way. But YouTube are more into the classic TV format.
Classic as in?
You have a subject, you keep talking about that subject. When all your points are done, the show is over.
Alright. Oh, yeah. I have examples in my mind.
Any show, any TV show, talk show, or of any kind. Even shows like Spinning Wheel or something like, or Family Feud, or Guess the Price. The Price is Right.
Yeah, those game shows.
Yep. There is one like Critical Role, and they do the same thing. It's D&D. You probably know it.
Which one?
Critical Role.
Oh yeah. I still want to watch those, but I haven't really examined when they are or when they can be viewed or where or stuff like that. But I see so much coming by on Twitter about it.
Yeah, you can watch them on Wednesday. Unfortunately, if you want to watch them live, they stream at 4 a.m.
Damn.
So good luck with that. But yeah, you can watch the videos on YouTube, and you'll still have the comments section, so you will see what everybody else commented or not. I don't know. They exclusively stream to Twitch, unfortunately, so nothing on YouTube, but they upload the stream
Right.
on YouTube. But they are also formatted, even if they don't seem at first glance, they are also formatted. I mean, unlike a regular D&D session, the dungeon master speaks to the players beforehand, and they tell them like, look, this is what's possibly going to happen today. I mean, as a plot, like he tries to tell them the plot and the end of the chapter, like what's the goal, what's their goal.
All right.
But to have them focus, like they will not know entirely what's going to happen, but they do have an idea when the stream is when the show is over.
Yeah. So you have a little bit of a schedule thing, well, not really a schedule, but
Yes.
let's call it that for now. And then you can at least think, well, hey, you know, if we end up by the blue lake with the rock in the center, then we're gonna camp there, and that's the end of today.
Yeah, so they have a timetable,
Yeah.
and they kind of know the signs the DM is going to give them, and when his stream is going to end. They will not know for certain where they'll end up, because it's a D&D game. They have to role play and see what happens. But
Yeah, things get derailed.
they have a set goal from the start. They do know what they are supposed to do.
Yeah, they have a quest-ish.
Like, and probably sometimes when there are fights, the DM there is going to tell them like approximately how much time the fight should take, so they know what to expect. So obviously, because they do manage to keep it like in the same time frame, always 6 hours max.
All right.
Never more. So yeah, that's a pretty good feat, to be honest. And still have a real D&D game, and still manage to have it fixed in a decent amount of time. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's actually rather impressive.
Yeah. Also, for people who do not have time, there's also on their channel on Geek and Standard, there's also a session summary for each stream.
All right.
But yeah, I feel like popping into a gaming stream to see a few more. I mean, not just one, a few more, just to see how that works on YouTube.
I really should start naming all of this crap. Let's start with sorting everything that I'm not really using anymore.
Alright, so I guess Mr. Cassidy does want to join. I don't know if I should invite him on my Discord. Okay. I will. can only invite friends. Okay, safe.
I sometimes kind of wish the ZBrush layer system was a little bit better, a little bit handier with making out. He is wearing a very, very fabulous fancy mushroom dress now, cloak. It's not intentional.
Uh-huh. Okay, so apparently another live stream with 7.5k people watching is Finland versus Denmark Ice Hockey World Championship.
Okay.
We don't fall in that category.
No, we are not sports.
There's also NASA Live, Earth from Space.
That is a very wordy stream.
You've watched it?
No, I've watched a live stream at some point, live from space. I watched the camera that is pointing down at the Earth from the ISS.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I've watched that one.
Okay, there's a news channel, sports, like streaming on YouTube is just TV. At least on Twitch, they had the decency to separate. So
Oh, they don't do so on YouTube?
on Twitch, channels that are TV-like are called always on, and they have a special category which you cannot do as a normal streamer.
Alright.
Because it's against the rules. But it kind of like pinpoints all those other channels which are basically TVs stations or away from normal streamers.
Yeah.
So you do not directly compete with always on channels. I cannot seem to invite. Oh, I can add friends to direct message. Cool. So are we going to switch to a channel or DM? Or I'm very tired.
Huh?
To speak a little bit with Cassidy?
Yeah, sure. What was your question about that?
I invited him to my Discord.
Yeah.
Group. So we can use that, or we can do a direct call, a freeway.
I'm good with whatever is easiest.
Going to the voice channel. Okay, switching now.
Oh, that's interesting.
Working just on the comic.
Hello?
Yeah, Oh, hi there.
Hey.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good.
Yeah, and I felt like I had to, since you are also doing comics,
Mm-hmm.
meet more people, since that's why I joined Watch Me Work.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nice.
So, yeah,
Very
so
nice.
I'm going to pitch a superhero squad comic book, but
Okay.
I'm only doing the drawings, and I'm hoping to get a writer, but I've been told it's a bit complicated the other way around.
Well, writers are always looking for artists. That's something I've come to realize when working in comics for as long as I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you got a solid style there. Do you have any finished works on there?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. Let's show you exactly.
Oh, nice color refs.
Yeah, thank you. I guess I'll show you this one, which is actually bad.
Okay.
Because the perspective is all jacked. Right now I'm
Mm.
only doing character sketches, and sometimes I go a bit overboard to
Hmm. Hmm. I see.
yeah, I go overboard and more than just sketching.
I like the minimalist background. It's great contrast to the characters in the immediate foreground scene. It's very nice.
Thanks. It's more of a design choice since this is just a sketch. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, a color. I kind of tend to like more uniform color than what's normally liked in comic book industry.
I don't remember
Mm.
seeing that one. It looks good.
Thanks. Yeah, another character sketch. This one is a bit maybe wonky.
Long. Well, it's fine. Um. So what's this character exactly?
Hmm, I'm not really sure. I'm
Okay.
working as I go. So first I
Mm.
was considering her to. So our first design is like she's supposed to be the buffed up woman of the squad.
Mm.
The second attribute I was thinking like is to have her super fast, almost like Flash-like, but maybe having too many copycats is not a good idea. So I'm trying to think of a more original approach.
Well, I think Neil Gaiman said it best, where you could have a million different people trying to do the same thing, but nobody's going to do it quite like you. So if you feel strongly enough about it, you should probably go for it, regardless of how many copycats there are.
I just
But
think I need like I have a
That's
character,
a nice sentiment.
another character that is very unique,
yeah.
and I think I, as a reader,
Mm-hmm.
would not care so much about Flash Copycat than
I see.
as much as I would care about the other character, which seems more intriguing.
Right.
So I don't want to make that.
Hmm. Well, I'd say she should probably be.
This is something not for the comic book, but
Oh,
just
oh,
for
I'm sorry.
practice.
Okay.
You're going to see in a minute. You're going to see something else than the character. So you were saying about that one?
Oh, that one's neat. That's got a good feel. A lot of. It's almost like. Oh boy, how do I describe this one? It kind of reminds me of Mobius in the line work.
Yeah, the dude was kind of inspired by Mobius, but the background, I'm looking more at Italian comic books. And
Oh.
when I look at I look at more at the Jean Giraud
Mm-hmm.
signature, like blueberry, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, nice line work, good flow. It's very nice.
I feel like I should show more.
It should be a. Are you gonna do the coloring, or is there gonna be color?
I'm probably gonna end up doing the color,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how to whom I might be able to pitch it. But if I don't get a good deal, obviously, and I have to self-release it, even so, if I end up having no writer and no publisher, I'm probably going to self-publish. So I'm going to be the colorist. Plus, I'm very picky on the colorist as I'm from Europe and I don't like the way
It's a defining fact.
American comic books are going. I mean, what's the trend now in the comic book industry, especially for superheroes? I just
Mm-hmm.
don't like the trend now.
Oh, I agree. I am very tired of superhero comics myself.
It's just that for my taste, it just doesn't fit. Like this is the farthest I would go
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to light coloring, but most people just don't realize that you still have to deal with super black. It's not a freaking photo.
Yeah.
Or sometimes people do a good job, but obviously there are a lot of people like me who are just getting into the business who are mediocre, and they
Mm-hmm.
try to impress, and I just find a lot of comic books which are not in my taste.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. And I actually share a bit of the same sentiment where I feel like a lot of independent publishers get good enough work and then they ship it and then you look at it on the shelf and you think, could be better, could be better.
Yeah.
But then you also have to balance the time with the quality of work sometimes because when you're working for people, you oftentimes have to make compromises when it comes to the quality. And I think that's the hardest part is that regardless of how good you want it to be, eventually people need to see it. And publishers don't like it when you can't produce work on time, which is,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's I guess it's really easy for artists to keep working on their art and eventually never ship it.
Well, it's nice though, because I saw that you were doing your own drawing because you were getting tired of working on the comic, and sometimes that's just what you need. You need a little break, but you don't want to stop drawing, so you do something for yourself, remind yourself of what it's like, and then you can get back to what you were doing
No,
afterwards.
I will actually show you what I've been doing the past 2 weeks, and I really needed
Oh,
a
okay,
break. Plus, I've
okay.
been doing a lot of. It's been a while since I did something exactly as I've drawn it in reference. So
Yeah,
I kind of wanted to go back to this kind of these two drawings, like over here, the one on the red background and the one on the green,
yeah.
which are just copies of a
see.
Because
Well, I was wondering how you were able to get that hair so lovely. I was thinking, wow, that's if only I could draw hair that good.
actually I can draw hair this good. Uh, the only problem I always need like a bit of like I only can do it if I do like this one. I don't think this one is not even my best
Okay.
part. I can only do it if I do a reference first, and then tomorrow I will do something from imagination.
Right. And I
Otherwise,
think that's my biggest problem is that I insist on going from my imagination as far as I can, and sometimes it takes me to the final product, but ultimately it makes it so that I'm always at ends with myself. Because if I just use a reference, I can at least know exactly what it's supposed to look like instead of always guessing, which is it's difficult.
yeah, the problem I have, and that this is the solution for my problem, is as every human being, I tend to abstract every notion and everything I see.
Oh, good. I think that's a very appealing thing.
Yeah, that's a normal mental process. So I distort reality a lot, and that's not my.
Your your goal?
Um, no, it's actually
No.
not my forte. Like I'm not very good at
Ah,
drawing stylized
I see.
works. So
Yeah.
if I don't do a good job at things that look good or highly detailed, not necessarily very close to reality, like these ones,
Mm-hmm.
then uh, I just don't like my work. And if I don't believe in them, I just cannot pitch my work.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Well, it's pretty
Yeah.
nice. It's pretty consistent. That's important. But
Yeah,
you
but
said you haven't drawn a comic yet?
no, I did draw some panels as a kid as an amateur, so it's not like
Mm-hmm.
I'm just starting.
Okay.
Like I've seen a lot of people who start comic books, and I think I'm uh, a good amateur, not a bad amateur. Like I see a lot of professional illustrators try to make a comic book, and they just don't know how to do a little bit of what's that called? What's the name?
Fundamentals?
I could say yes about the fundamentals, but I mean, what's it called?
Hmm.
Uh, I know the industry likes to call it storyboarding right now, but it
Oh,
used to
yeah.
be called
They don't know storytelling. Yeah.
yeah,
I cause
yeah, sequential storytelling. That's the word
right.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, um, there are tried and true methods, such as the what is the 180 camera rule, where your characters stay on certain sides of the page and the panels no matter what. The only thing that changes is the camera angles, and but essentially, um, let's see.
Yeah, this is where I come from, Europe. We think differently in comics. Totally.
That's true. That's true. I think but a lot of people break that rule too though is but I think in order for people to get the storytelling on the most basic level, you know, sometimes they look at things and they go, "Oh, this is out of place." Let's see. Maybe I could show you some examples here. Um,
It's actually that's why I like more the Silver Age comics.
oh yeah, where everybody was trying to figure out what they were doing.
No, I like them more because the only
Oh no, that would have been
consistency
Golden Age.
the
Oh,
only
I'm sorry.
consistency is that they knew how to draw the beat, and that was their forte. They didn't
Yeah.
try the fancy camera angles or fancy shots. They knew that text has to follow the art in a certain way,
Yes.
and then everything kind of splits between each country. Europe has its different styles. America goes very cinematic lately,
That's very true.
in my opinion, at least.
No,
But
no, no, you're right.
I wanted to say a lot about the thing is when you said about delivering and having a lot of independence publish comics which are finished on time rather
Mm-hmm.
than consistent quality on each page.
Yeah.
Is that I was actually when was talking about color, I was actually talking about the major issues from Marvel and DC. Like I think
Oh.
their B sides, like the Hawkeye and yeah, all their B sides are actually better because they use non-conventional industry standards.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, because it's kind of a bit weird as people expect a certain quality of quote quality of the major books, but yeah, the artistic stuff actually happens on more minor comics, and especially the ones who are limited print.
Right. Um. Well, I really liked Miracle Man and Big Barda from DC. I thought that
Yeah,
was very, very good.
yeah,
As
but
far as oh, go ahead.
sorry, I keep interrupting. I'm very tired. Usually when I'm
Same,
tired.
same.
I think actually Mr. Miracle is that's what I consider like a B side. Is
Yeah.
like the main thing for I think the Mr. Miracle is Marvel, so that means yeah, right now the Avengers and
Mm-hmm.
all of that jazz and X-Men
Yeah.
are top sellers, and Mr. Miracle is that B side. Like they had in 2015, they had the Hawkeye series. There were 6 issues. It
Right.
was drawn very in a style of a very specific French Belgian publisher. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Miracle seems like one. It's kind of like Batman, the Dark Knight, or those kind of comics, or the Vision series is more less mainstream, more artistic.
Yeah.
At least that's why how they try to. For me, in my opinion, that's how the marketing team try to.
Uh, sell
Make
it.
yeah sell it so, yeah
Yeah. Yeah. Well, um, my buddy Ramon drew Miss America Chavez for a little while, and I was actually a little conflicted about that run, and but I did appreciate his approach because he likes to draw a lot like Frank Quietly, quite frankly.
very quietly. I don't know that. I don't know a lot of artists.
Okay,
Like I'm
um,
behind even in Europe.
it's it's all right. I think you might recognize him from his run on Superman because he drew a story with Superman that was very down to earth. You know, it wasn't him. Yeah, yeah, wasn't him flying through the sky or anything. It was just about him traveling, seeing different sights, smelling the flowers, things you wouldn't probably see Superman doing. And I liked the story, but the art was also very distinctive. And my buddy Ramon was hired at Marvel because of his ability to emulate that, and but he also had his own voice to go through. But the funny thing is he's been with Marvel for about 6 years, and he's already tired of it, you know. He did a few runs. He did I think was like Nighthawk, and I think his recent one was America Chavez. But now he's going into self-publishing because he's tired of the systematic approach to how they publish comics.
I think that's
Yeah.
inevitable if you become a really, really big company. Then eventually you're gonna have more of that.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I've been thankful though, because seeing him go through that's helped me to just try and go through smaller publishers to get the stories done. I only pick stories that I think are interesting and I think my art would be a good fit for.
Oh,
I think a lot of enjoyment can be had from the small stuff as well. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, a lot of people want to work for big companies at some point, but I think it's you don't really think of the all the burden that comes with it quite
Well,
immediately.
it's just an expectation. Once you're signed under that contract, you're expected to perform, and at times, things could happen, but that's regardless of what happens, you got to meet a deadline,
Yeah.
and it becomes different. At least, I'm sure people have an idea about what they think the comic industry is like. In this case, I guess in America, because I don't actually know what the European comic scene is, but in America, uh, it's very split. You either have the independent scene or you have the big two. They like to
Mhm.
say. I don't know. I guess they call it the same then everywhere. But if you work for one of the big two, you're pretty much set when it comes to um, having your name out there. But when it comes to the work, it really depends on the run, and that's a very divisive and
Finicky.
yeah, finicky. It's a gamble. Um, and that all depends on what writer you have, if the story's worth telling, if the art can really bring forth what the story's trying to tell, and at the end of the day, even if all those things come together, you still have to have people who are interested in it enough to go out and buy the thing. And
Yeah.
the one thing I've noticed, which I think is a huge failing on Marvel's part, could be DC's part, but DC's comics tend to be a little bit better, from my opinion, as of late,
yeah.
is that they don't have very good marketing anymore.
Hmm.
I've thought it would be a good idea in those Marvel movies if they, had a little segment right before the movie where they talk about the comics that are coming out and, have a little feature or something. Maybe Stan could make one of his appearances.
Yeah,
They
that would
Uh,
help.
actually do. They actually
yeah.
do. Black Panther and on the Infinity War. Now
Well, you
they
mean
just
the stand cameos?
yeah.
Those are always in there.
no.
Okay.
The marketing machine now works
All right.
in the
Right.
favor. Like there is, like I've seen, there are like 6 or 5 Infinity story running in comics
Mm-hmm.
right now. Like
Yeah.
that's the Marvel idea of flood the market with garbage and good quality stuff. Just flood it.
Well, that's the real shame of it. Is you see, everything at Marvel Comics is doing well, except for their actual comics division.
But this time they actually did promote with the actors. They did promote the comics. So I don't know if you've seen like that meme of Doctor Strange reading Doctor Strange.
No, I hadn't.
So there's a picture running in Twitter, and that's not the only one. I've seen one with Spider-Man. I mean,
I
Tom
think I
Holland.
did see that one.
So
Okay.
there's Tom Holland promoting his and Hulk with the Hulk,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So there is backward
All right.
Oh, I think Marvel's trying to kill their competition right now.
Well,
So they're only promoting to comic, but they're not trying to bring more people to the comic industry. They're trying to take away the comic readers away from the independent market
No, of course.
as a marketing scheme.
well, I don't know. I
Because
think
they
the
are pretty
comic.
aggressive in
Yeah, well, they
comic.
are with their marketing, but I don't wholeheartedly agree with the idea that they're trying to take it away from the independent scene. What I think they're doing is they're trying to get more readership because the comic if the comic book readers were as plentiful as the moviegoers, we wouldn't have any problem hiring new people at Marvel. The big thing right now, I think, is independent has kind of become the new standard in comics, and Marvel is just trying to find a way to appeal to people on a more personal level,
Mm-hmm.
like the independent comics, which in some ways, some of their comic characters have certain quirks about them, which people, I mean, the editors in chief in Marvel would have you believe that this is this is an important character trait about them. For example, they're trying to diversify a lot of their superheroes, which is not a problem. The problem, I think, is that they stake their entire identity based off of one aspect of their character, and I think it would be much more useful if they were to make interesting characters, introduce interesting characters, make them interesting for the story. I mean, in the story, and then try to flesh them out
Do they
from
still
there.
do that? I mean, they cancel it pretty much a lot of
Well,
comics.
yeah, that's the issue. Is they think a lot of people don't want diversity, but the truth is that they want good stories first, and making a character, for example, that's where their whole arcs and stuff are based off of one thing. Like for example, a lot of people um, criticized America Chavez because it was about a Latina girl, but I think one of the issues is that they tried to flesh her out by being Latina, but that wasn't the thing that was most interesting about her. I mean, technically, she was an alien from outer space, and they didn't really harken in on that. She was a gay Latina. That was the part that they thought was most interesting about the character, and
Huh.
I'll be
I think
really
that
honest. I actually previewed that one, and I think the story is just awful.
yeah, and that was another thing.
And
They
that's not the only comic that's awful,
yeah.
story-wise and art-wise, magnificent. Could say like I really like. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just forgot the name.
It's all right.
It's like uh, they try to do something, but they do it so fast. They pick the worst story just to have it on time to compete with their rival stable, and I think that's a shame.
Yeah, it is. It really is. The It's a consistent problem though, and
And
that's why I think eventually everyone, or not everyone, but most of the staff at Marvel Comics is probably going to be uh, I don't know. They're probably going to do a clean sweep, is from what I understand.
they already did one.
No, no, not yet.
I already read they've been
Mhm.
fired in 2017.
Oh.
Like a lot of artists and writers. I think
Yeah.
one of them was the writer for uh, the Latina
Yeah.
superhero.
America Chavez one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Their run got canceled at issue 10, but
Hmm.
yeah, I know. It's
The
unfortunate,
the
but
problem, yeah. Fuck that. The
But
problem is,
I probably missed your introduction. I think. Do you work at Marvel, Cassidy?
no, I just associate with them.
Ah, right.
I got invited to conventions to draw every once in a while. I was in Reno end of last year, but I put off events. I was invited around Sacramento again
Hmm.
this year, but I turned it down. I wanted to work on projects. But no, no, I don't work at Marvel, but I have friends who do,
Hmm.
and that's how I can tell you this
All right.
because I'm not under a non-disclosure agreement or anything like that.
Hmm. So you're
But
a freelance artist.
I am.
All
Yes.
right. Cool. Just to have a little bit of an idea who you are, or well, at least what you do.
Yeah. Well,
So
thank you for taking interest.
yeah.
you wanted to make sure you're not an imposter.
Wow.
What?
Mm,
Kidding.
well, that's all right.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
Honestly, I am.
that's all right. I don't take offense in it. We all got to start somewhere.
That's true. That's true. I know. I just like hearing people's stories about what they're doing, what their interests are, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's some of the best stuff. That's why if you ever were worried about talking about or to industry professionals, never ever be. They are people just like you, and you got to realize that the only difference between you and them is that they're doing it. And once you start doing it, well, you're in the same boat. So get used to not doing it for now.
Yeah, was that for me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever's listening.
I
Yeah.
think that's really good advice.
I don't
Yeah.
really get it though.
What?
You
Why?
don't get it.
No, I'm very tired.
Oh,
So
well, I get that.
something didn't click.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
I guess if I'm going to work under a non-disclosure agreement, I will have to close myself indoors in my own home.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
that bad. Trust me, it's not that bad.
It's just that I have a big mouth.
Oh yeah. Well, I think you're proud of what you do sometimes too, and you want to talk about it.
No, it's just that I talk about what I think about. I'm not a kind of those people who can
Oh, you have your heart on
say
your
what
tongue.
they see.
Oh.
So like, oh, I just like normally talk like, hey, I just went to the Infinity movie and I'm going to spoil it for you right now.
Yeah. No,
I
I've
usually
seen it. I've seen it.
I usually talk about how I feel or think about something, so I cannot keep my mouth shut. If I'm working on something, obviously I'm gonna talk about it.
Wow. They're gonna have to be extra specific with your contracts.
Yeah, so
With the
obviously I'm not.
proper motivational properties in there, you'll shut your mouth right up. Don't worry.
Hopefully
Who
make
knows?
some money. They're gonna blackmail me, in quotes. They're
Mm.
blackmailing at every delivery. Gonna tell me like, nope, you disclose that and that and that and that. So basically, we're not paying you any money.
Wow.
Whoops.
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
No.
I actually have a bit of a non-disclosure with this one. I was able to get permission to stream the initial sketching portions, but up to page, I think I can't stream past page 15 on this one.
Save
What is
me.
it for?
It's an independent,
Alright.
yeah.
Even if I self-publish my own comic book, I'll probably do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a French comic book artist who does this. Like he will stream
Mm-hmm.
part of the page and then poof,
Yep,
skip,
gone.
skip 2 pages.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I know there are also people that do that, but then they put it behind a Patreon wall, so they are
Oh,
independent. No, I think it's actually very good because you gather interest and you let people watch. But you know, because you do have to eat, if they want to watch more, they can choose to, you know, support you.
give you that cheddar. That
Yes.
sweet cheddar. No.
actually,
No, but
I think he actually just does it because he likes to work off stream as well.
That's true. It's true.
So,
But for this one, it is because there's crucial story elements past page 15. It's basically the last 5 pages of that issue are crucial story elements that,
oh,
well,
forget it now.
yeah. My boss doesn't want me showing them, so.
French doesn't seem to care much.
You know, I thought that was a stereotype, but thank you for confirming it.
No, for real. Like you can go in a French comic book, and they usually the French comics are not enclosed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just want to
Oh.
read the comic book, you could just freaking go to the store and he will literally. I've done this. I've been there to a French in Paris to a French comic book, and
Uh-huh.
literally read in the comic store, and I was not the only one, and nobody said anything to me.
Nobody cared.
Yep.
Wow.
well, I don't think anyone's gonna say something, but I do think they're gonna consider it kind of rude.
Vive la France.
No,
No.
seriously. Like in this comic book shop, obviously they expected you to buy something.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they will probably gonna next time I
You're
would
going
have.
on the list.
Yeah, they probably would have just the next time would have entered their shop. They would have just said, "Hey, buy something or get out right now.
Wow.
You're taking our air. We need
Oh,
more
come on.
space here for real customers or something."
Ah,
But
it's not that bad.
in the Giant store, I also went to a Giant store and I just read comics and then didn't buy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And nobody told me anything, and I was
Yeah.
not the only one. Like I literally sat and read. Like I just browsed a few comics, and usually French strips, at least the old ones, are just newspaper comic strips
Mm-hmm.
compiled into a big graphic novel.
Okay.
They
Yep.
don't.
Trade paperbacks, I think, is what they're called.
I don't know. Uh, the French just calls them collected or volume,
Well, that sounds easier, actually.
and they
Mine
don't
is-
actually sell issues only lately from the 1980s onwards, but it's not
Oh,
a
yes.
common
Right.
not a common practice to sell issues. They just do a graphic novel, and they usually are shorter pages than collected volume of issues. Like if you collect 6 issues and make one volume, is going to be bigger density than European comic graphic novel.
Right.
And even regulars like Blueberry,
Mm-hmm.
they first started as before they were a series. They started as magazines which collect a lot of stories together,
Oh,
and they run
like
episodes.
compilations, right?
Yes, they run episodes of those, and the most popular version will get its own series. Otherwise, they're going to stay till the end of the series. They're going to stay in that magazine. So it's going to be like 4 to 5 comic books in one.
Interesting.
At least that's the French way to do it. Italians love issues as well. The Hugo Pratt and all those.
Let's see. And where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm from Romania, where there's actually no comic book market.
Oh.
Next week it's going to be the Comic Con, or they call it the East European Comic Con, but honestly, for real, like they only have one Marvel artist.
Okay. Who is it?
The guy who draws the Moonlight Knight. I don't know that
Moon
one.
Knight. Yeah, Moon Knight. Okay.
I don't know that comic book. This is the first time I actually read about it. And a few actors, a lot of, and that's all. And the rest, a lot of game people.
Oh. So it's more of
which game people?
Obviously the locals. That means Ubisoft, Gameloft,
All right.
EA.
CD Projekt Red?
No, CD Projekt Red is not invited. I don't think they're invited.
Oh.
Unless they want to promote something.
Like Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I haven't checked the panel, but they probably are going to be there if they want to promote it. But the main dudes are EA, Ubisoft, and everyone else who has a studio in Romania.
Well, I guess everybody and their mother needs a copy of FIFA.
I guess it's just easier for them to plan. And the Comic Con people are probably hungry to have as many people as possible.
That's true.
Their artist repertoire is poor. I guess this, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the location. Maybe I'm just too mean. Because the location is small and they just don't have an alternative.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, they have to use up all the big room for all the. Last year they used it for organizing. It was Comic Con and the main event was. I think that was 2 years ago. It was like a Counter-Strike tournament. That was the main.
Oh, I see.
Oh dear.
Huh.
Yeah.
The Counter-Strike?
Counter-Strike is a really, really active community though. That is true.
Yes. Indeed.
So they used most of the space for that. And there were very few. What are they? Stands? Or panels?
Booths. Booths?
Booths, yeah.
Or
very few
panels. Oh, panels. Panels are also a thing. I liked how, when you said stands though, it made me think, like, farmer's market? Or, kind of is like that actually, now that I think about it.
It's how we call them in Romanian, that's the word, stand. It's exactly like it's exactly the same word as in a food market, farmer market.
Yeah.
No difference.
Alright.
We don't have an equivalent of booth. Yeah, the problem is that the location is just meant for expo, like industrial expo. It's an old communist expo center, but there's no room to make big stages and such, so they'll eat up all the space.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Gosh. That is a bit different. That is a bit different.
Yeah, but hopefully things will change. What I'm actually pissed off, maybe I haven't take a look. There is no, I haven't seen any artists from. There is one publisher who's. I think you already saw. I told Aries this one. There's one publisher. I mean, two publishers who try to push the comic book market. One of them is translating Deadpool
Oh.
Oh yeah, you told me.
and Hellboy,
Oh, I
and
love Hellboy.
the other one is actually they are actually putting out a French style magazine. So it's like a
Oh.
collective of different. They try to put a lot of stories in under one roof, or to have as many comics published as
Mm-hmm.
possible, because they cannot expand to having more issues if there's no market. So they just have one magazine for
Mm-hmm.
everything. Kind of
Right.
makes sense.
Yes.
And that's it. But they are pushing. They are pushing a lot. I mean, the ones who have the magazine are importing Image Comics and DC,
Oh yes.
and the other ones are importing Marvel. I think they're also translating. I mean, they're both. To be honest, they're both importing Marvel, but
Yeah. Well, as long as there's an effort, then I guess I can't complain. And
yeah.
you know, in an age before the internet, sometimes you just played with the hand you're dealt. I think that's true with everyone, though.
I think the problem was not the lack of artists or the interest. I think the
Mm-hmm.
problem was the lack of finances. I
Ah,
mean,
Mm.
the first comic books did come out right after the revolution, so there was a lot of comic books back then.
yeah.
I think
Of
that's
course,
usually the problem with arts,
of
especially
course,
with these type of arts. It's very difficult to get funding.
yeah, of course, most of them just went bankrupt. Obviously, it's no, I
Right.
don't see.
I would imagine getting word of mouth would be a little bit tougher.
No, actually, they actually had a real good exposure. They were available on every stand. It's just that the problem was they didn't. The market was so volatile
Really?
that come on, man, we were communists before that, so nobody
Oh,
knew
yeah,
how to
yeah.
do business. So this year you had huge sale, and the next year you can just move one issue.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
That's the problem
I
that
hadn't thought
happened.
about that.
Because people started trying to taste everything, like from McDonald's to comics to movies to everything, and
Mm-hmm.
then obviously they stopped because of lack of money and whatnot, and economic
Right.
problems, and just getting bored of trying new things. And but my point was some comics did survive, but everybody who worked in the comic industry moved to America from
Yeah.
from that period. I mean, the editor of the most popular comic book in the 90s is now Marvel inker. I mean, he's been Marvel inker for since the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of moved like in 92 or something to America and inked it. Uh, and he even did a few pencils for Conan.
Oh, I like Conan
Conan, yeah,
the Barbarian.
exactly. Uh, I think he's actually the most popular comic book artist we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually one of the reason why maybe they can actually have Deadpool for a reason of price, maybe because he's working. Sometimes he
Hmm.
works on Deadpool issues.
Yeah.
I don't know.
sounds likely. Ugh, can't believe I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, but like I said, like as soon as the market starts to grow, there's no lack of talent, and there are a lot of experienced comic book artists. So
Right.
yeah,
I'm excited. I can't wait for the market to expand.
yeah. Who knows? Maybe in a few years you're gonna come to Bucharest Comic Con.
That'd be
Who
neat.
knows?
You'll come say
That
hi,
would be
right?
great.
Yes. Sorry, someone is calling me. I'll have to
Oh,
answer this.
no problems. I like what you're working on in ZBrush right there. What is that?
Thank you. It's a remodeling that I'm doing of a creature I made 5 years
Could I
ago.
see the full
Yeah, sure.
thing? I want to. Ooh, it's like almost like a centaur type thing.
Yes, but
Wow.
then a little bit more well, fungus-like.
I like I like the fungi growing off the back.
Yeah, the mushrooms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I,
How big do you think this thing is? I mean, to scale.
to scale with a human?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think he's not gigantic or overly small. I think he's. I never really gave it much thought.
Well, he sure looks cool.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He's. I could show you the original one that was made like many years ago. Let me fetch it. Maybe I still have a screenshot. Yeah, I have. It's from 2013.
Oh wow.
Do I have the colored version?
This guy's been in the works.
Yeah, in 2013 he was finished, but then I learned more on ZBrush, and so I thought, well, maybe let's just redo it. So this is the one from 2013.
Fascinating. I like
And
those
this is
little.
new.
Are those bulbs on its horns or?
Yeah.
What is that?
They're caterpillar. You know.
Yes.
What are
Like
they called?
cocoons.
Yes.
I see.
So the initial idea was that he kind of, and I'm putting that more into the design works, that he propagates fungus and stuff like that, and that actually helps also insects to live in natural environments.
Oh.
Hence all the different types of fungi growing off him, and there's a caterpillar. I left it in there. There's a
Okay.
see, there's a caterpillar on the face.
Back.
Welcome back.
That's kind of cute.
So that's kind of the design thing. I'm noticing I removed the mask. Let me see if I can find it.
All right.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, this one. I like how it gives him a bit more of an alien. Well, he looks alien of its own, but he reminds me of the Fire Atronach from Skyrim.
Ah, yeah.
I suddenly realized.
Well, it's not a bad thing.
No, I definitely like the fire Aerisnoirs.
Yeah.
I really like how they're very graceful when they move. I mean,
Yeah, they do kind of glide, don't they?
yeah, they kind of skate around.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is fire Aerisnoir next to it. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I remember the first time I summoned one of those.
We're like, oh wow. Yeah, that's what I did. Since then, I've always had them standard.
Yep.
Eventually, I installed mods to Skyrim, and that allowed me to have multiple followers. So in the end, I ended up with an entire D&D party and a dog and a fire Aerisnoir.
Wow.
It was madness.
Sounded like a good kind.
Yes, definitely.
Alright. You know, I'm feeling like I wanted to add another hand in there, but I think I might just leave it. Wasn't in the sketch. I'll leave it alone.
I'm actually gonna call it a night.
All right.
I'm going to stream for American audience in a few hours.
Now I need to get some rest.
So I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. to stream.
Alright.
What time is it anyway? Oh, it's not even 10 o'clock here.
Yeah. It's 1 p.m. here.
Super early for me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I'm lying, but...
11 p.m.
Too late. Too late, sir.
Yeah, I need some sleep. So, it was a lovely track. Thank
Yes.
you for listening to my ramble.
Well, I was listening to bits and pieces while we weren't in Discord, so I knew what I was in for. It was no
the
big
chat
deal.
was hilarious. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, quite nice.
Yeah. I get like this when I'm tired, so I apologize once again.
Hey, don't worry about it. I've seen worse. So much worse.
Rather ominous. Well, Tudor, then have a great rest. Cassidy, do you want me to add you to my Discord or?
If you like. Before this, I was speaking with my little brother, and it's actually his birthday today. But
Oh, congratulations!
yeah.
But I like this chat, so I don't.
Yeah, add me. But I think I will go back to him.
Yeah, no problem, not at all.
Yeah.
But before your
Oh boy, 4 hours of sleep.
good luck.
Thank you.
Please don't overdo it unless you absolutely have to.
I do.
Oh.
He overdoes it.
Whoops. Alright.
All right. Well, have a good evening.
The public for the comic book, so building one on Twitch is not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna end up self-publishing.
Could be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna be continuing just a little while longer, and then I'll just sign off for today. I know it's
Alright.
evening, so.
Oh yeah. Well, I got a lot of the pencils done. I wonder if I should go on to the next page. It seems doable. But I might come back to this later.
I think I like the layout. What is it? One page or are they just? Oh, they
Yeah,
are
it's
one
just
page.
Yeah, this is just one page. And it goes to that. And, yeah. I was feeling very unsatisfied with how the pencils were here, so I moved it over a bit, zoomed it in to give it each of these things their own little areas.
Alright.
Yeah. Because before it felt a little lopsided just having it in the middle there. And then that to the side.
Oh, wait, yeah, now I know I'm seeing the page, yeah. I'm getting a little bit thrown off with the. I know I usually use the actual selling on comic pages that to give me a little bit of the guideline what a new sell is, and they're not there, so that was throwing me off just a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't have the lines, the panels to separate it. Got these. That's a little better. And that goes straight into that, which is fine. I should probably add some more detail on there somewhere. Yeah.
So it appears to be a lot of work with that cross hatching on the paper.
Yeah,
Is
I guess
it?
so, but I'm used to drawing traditionally, so it's not so bad. My biggest issue is getting the traditional feel from digital. And that seems to be the hardest, especially because none of my pencil tools seem to do the job I want them to. This is the one that came closest, but even it is not what I would recommend.
I see.
So,
You should ask around about. There is a dude called Daub. I'm gonna send you the link, and he sells.
brushes?
Yeah, for his studio.
Alright.
I think Connor Hughes, if you know the dude, he also streams. He uses those, but he mostly inks. This is strange. He inks with pencil tool.
Oh,
I see you
okay.
do the same. I see
With
you
what tool?
the pencil tool,
Oh,
exactly the
yeah.
one you are using.
Yeah. Well, I don't ink with it, but yeah, I try to use the rough. Oh, I see. I was using color. Well, I actually kind of like rough. Maybe I'll just use rough. Yeah, rough is a good. Yeah, I like rough. Alright.
Suddenly, whole new enlightenment.
Gained a new perspective. I think I'll fill this in black. That's what I think I'll do. Just to see how it looks. But there's already a lot of black in here, so maybe I should leave that alone.
Anyway, I do actually like the inking tool in Clip Studio. I think if you use it without the anti-aliasing, it just looks awesome.
Yeah, get that good texture.
No, I think the anti-aliasing does it wrong too, and it removes the feeling of ink. And I like it that it actually doesn't look like a real ink tip, and it actually just tries to achieve the thickness you would expect of a manga.
Oh, I think you were talking about that earlier. How you said it was trying to read your mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Every tool is like it tries to do one thing and one thing very good, really good. I like I really didn't knew how to use the effect for effect line, but if you use it right, it just does that. It does really well.
Mm-hmm.
That manga effect, you see like very thick line that go very thin on a long stroke. Just saves you the hassle and it always gets it right. But I think the eraser was the one it makes me. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm out. Silly. So
Okay.
yeah, anytime you want to go online and you do a double stream and you want to invite people, you can use my channel. This what this group server is made for.
Oh.
So far,
Okay.
nobody other than Iris uses it for it. But yeah,
Well,
that
I'm still pretty new to streaming, so might need some help to get everything going. But
yeah. So these are like a stable of people I recommend. I would want that. Well, I invite them in my streams from time to time. Each and every one of them.
mm-hmm.
Anyway, also Wally is artist. I don't know what's your angle on Twitch is, but I try to connect with as many people in the field I try to enter as possible.
Yeah, that is important. I did that when I started too. You just need to know a lot of people. Oh, if there ever is a portfolio review close to where you are, bring everything you got.
Yeah, thanks for the advice.
Oh, of course.
By the way,
Are those the thing?
thick and thin
Oh
line
yeah, of course.
just works awful on the pen tool, so my recommendation is not even try it
Try which one?
to achieve that brush look
Oh, I've
with the pen tool.
gotten.
I think you can get it better with the pencil, at least that's how Konami
Yeah,
does it, and I also tried it, and yeah, it does work a lot better in the pencil tool.
I've I've gotten various results. Uh, yeah, varying results.
Yeah, for a clean line, it works perfect. For a brush kind of look, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The brush tool is actually there is like a inking brush tool. You could try that one for the effect you might want.
Okay.
It also gives
Like
it also
India, like
unlike
that.
yeah unlike the pen tool, it also gives texture.
Oh, that's true. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the one. This is no, this is the second one that I've done completely digitally, and so it's kind of interesting.
I think digital saves my ass because I hate inking.
Control Z, buddy.
No, I just don't like the feel.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Of traditional?
I like to pencil. I love
Mm-hmm.
to pencil on
Mm.
paper, but inking I hate it.
I think a lot of people seize up when it comes to inking, but I think what you gotta be when you ink is you just gotta be confident. You know, confident in your mistakes as well as your successes. That way, when you look at a mistake, you can say, "Oh, I can fix that easily."
Yeah, that's the best. That's nice.
I guess I just don't like the flow of the ink. That's
It's
why I,
variable.
yeah, that's why I like to paint in oils and not in
Mhm.
watercolor
Oh yeah.
because of the feel. Like, yeah, I like to add more something that is more gelatin than something that is too fluid.
How about gouache? You ever try
Yeah, I like
gouache?
wash too. Yeah, I
All
like
right.
wash too.
Yeah.
Same feeling, very paste like. I like that. And that's why it's discouraging for me when I ink.
Because you can't get rid of it.
No, it's more like I'm not comfortable layering down the ink and going. I only ink with a pen that require me to dip it a lot of times, and I
Mm.
didn't have a lot of pens that do for various jobs like I should have.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough. Need sleep. See ya.
All right.
Bye bye.
Have a good one.
Oh, hey, by the way, Cassidy, I was wondering you were using a monitor, right?
If I was using a marble?
A monitor, a drawing monitor.
Oh, yeah. This is the HD 13 16 Cintiq.
Alright. Just
Yeah.
wondering. It looks rather small though.
It is. It's only
Unless you have a
14 inches.
giant keyboard.
No, no. I have huge hands. No, it's it's pretty small. It's good enough for me though.
Right.
It means that I can work longer. I would have gotten the 22, but you know, just such a wide area to work from.
Hmm.
When you're working, oh boy, how long have I been streaming today? 8 hours today. 8 hours, 7 minutes. Yeah, when you're working long periods of time, you gotta pace yourself.
Yeah,
And,
that's
one
true.
of the best ways is to, yeah, minimize your movements. I don't know what I'm doing anymore on this page. To be honest, I'm probably too tired to even be working anymore. Maybe I should just call it a night. Or a day. Or
If
something.
you've been working on the entire day already, then
Yeah.
that might be a sensible idea.
Well, I'm glad somebody's got sense.
Oh, I don't have sense.
Oh.
I mean, I worked all day too, and I'm still doing this, so.
Okay. My mistake. No
I'm
sense. No sense.
I'm the first in line for carpet and all this.
Oh gosh. Oh boy. Well, shoot. If I took a break now, would it be so bad? I don't know. Perhaps not. Perhaps not.
I guess the kind of question would be more. You mentioned you had a birthday thing.
Oh yeah, my little brother. Oh, okay.
Did you forget about him?
I almost did. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go see what he's up to then. Well, all right. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank
nice
you.
meeting you. So
Oh,
it was great.
yes. Likewise. But botulism? Oh no, no. This is you. All right. Let's go
Yes.
ahead and accept. I don't know what I accepted, but let's accept.
Probably the Discord friend request.
There we are. Then that's it. I don't remember accepting anything from this guy. Quite literally, this guy.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
All right.
So yeah, have a great party with your brother, or just hanging out or whatever.
Oh no, it was through Discord.
Ah, right. Well, that still counts as hanging out.
I suppose
So have fun doing that.
so. I will. Have
then
fun
maybe
brushing with Z's
thank you.
and X's and Y's.
Then maybe sometime we'll be able to see each other again in the Watch Me Work channel,
Ah, yes. That
possibly.
would be nice.
Yes.
Oh, did
Alright.
I already watch you? I thought I did.
I don't know. Did
Yeah,
I
did.
watch you?
No,
I did
somebody
not.
did.
There we go.
No, you. No, thank you.
Alright. So then I wish you a great day.
Oh, thank you. As do I you.
Thank you very much.
Alright, take care.
Alright. Thank you. Bye. Of course, this now leaves me to the joyous task of talking to myself, because I don't think there's anyone still here. No, no one is in the shared chat room. Is there anyone still here watching either on YouTube or Twitch that wants to say something, hang out? I mean, it's fine if you don't. That's more than fine. Just open invites. Open invites are the best, depending on who you're talking to. I mean, I don't recommend sending an open invite to some D&D game with a demonic portal or a friendly portal, but just a portal from which demons or angels can come to respond to your gracious open invite. But that's not it, so yeah, open invite. And otherwise, I'm just gonna be, you know, happily chatting. About this this set of armor that I'm making, because I am very happy with it. It's working surprisingly well for this this creature design. The tendrils that I'm drawing around its body. It's actually starting to look like something, which is really good, because I wasn't really sure on this endeavor when I started it. It was kind of intimidating to work on this, to make this. And have this stuff just appear everywhere. I mean, it's not very difficult anymore, but it was quite difficult. So I'm kind of happy that it's turning out to be something worthwhile. In case you're wondering, the drawing monitor that I'm using, that one is really helping me get this painted in quickly. And then once this is done, I'm just gonna move everything back to fit with the body more. It's just gonna, because now it's layered on top of it. And it's layered way too thick, way too massively. So I want less of this. I mean, it can still have body. Often you see places where mold grows really, really thick. It can become quite massive on the surface. Which is okay in this case, but not too much. I think that if part of it is sticking out of the body and some scales are protruding, then that's better because it shows that it's really connected. To the form. Alright. Like so. Gotta say hi to someone. So I think I want this to proceed a little bit more. And then this give up a little bit more of its structure. So what you're getting now is that it's showing a little bit more of the it breaks up. That's what I'm saying. It breaks up the thighs of the the first set of legs, which it allows for a little bit more of a interesting view. And I somehow find myself with a lazy mouse setting, but I might not dislike that. Yeah, that's okay. So I'm letting it sit slightly above the knees because the knee can move. And I don't want the fungus to interfere with that because it's symbiotic. It does not, in fact, it's not even symbiotic, it's cultivated. So it doesn't sit where the creature would deem it um, undesirable. No, this part is sticking out a little bit too much. It's rather unrealistic. There we go. There. That is way better. So of course the creature is also armored and skilled from its own, but it gets an extra, like an extra defense bonus from the growth, from the natural growth that it has. For mixing it up, I think I'm gonna leave the hind legs uncovered. I probably do want to propagate the tendrils more towards the tail, just to complete the entire runniness on it. But to be honest, I am not entirely sure what it is that I would like to continue on today. I mean, at some point I will be... Oh, that's funny. I am watching the original horns that were on the model. And these ones. And they accentuate the original... Yeah. Well, the original horn design accentuates the flow of the pauldrons now. Let's see if I can... Yeah, oh wow. Well, that's something. That's... I should. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It works way better. So... It's gonna be keeping those. That's for sure. It should. I had a ping, and the ping was for... I mean, it was a message. I don't think it was watching more. Was it Twitch? I think it was Twitch. But it is not showing me a message. So I'm gonna assume that it was Twitch doing a thing, and I'm gonna see a little bit for did someone indeed. Yes, see. Oh, thank you, new follower. I recognize the sound. I hope you will enjoy this art. And I don't know, Rodeska? Thank you very much. If you have any questions or something, let me know. Else, you know, I'm very lurk friendly, so if you want to just hang out silently, that is fine. That's great. So I'll be going back to what I was discovering here. The horns actually now follow a similar line as the bottoms do, the V shape. So I'm gonna be keeping those. Because the first lesson of art is you definitely want to keep the eyes following certain lines, and the more straight lines or similar lines a piece has, the better. Because the human eye wants to look at patterns. So if you give it patterns, it will consider something beautiful, which this creature can stand to benefit from. I mean, I consider it rather beautiful, if not eccentric, but there will be others, plenty of others, who think differently. Alright. So I'm gonna identify the things I still want to work on. I still want to propagate the tendrils more along the tail. I want to do something with the lower arms, but I am not entirely sure yet. I don't know what. Because right now the growth on the shoulders and the horns, they take up a lot of space on the side. So if you look at it, it's very busy there. So add too much to the rest, and it's gonna get even busier. That's why I didn't put. So I'm keeping the front legs rather unimpressive, and I add some mushrooms to the hips of the hind legs, because there is a distance between the busyness on the torso and the head and that stuff. So you get kind of this spiral shape of looking at it. I predict that once the creature is posed, it's going to, in that direction. I mean, it looks really, really weird right now, but anyway. You're gonna get a flow in it. So you're gonna get the mushrooms a little bit out to the side, and then you're gonna have the tail, and it's gonna be accentuated with the tendrils on the back, on the top of it. So it's gonna flow nicely. But it does require me to not go overboard with everything I could do on it. Else you're just gonna get a mess. So what I'll be doing now is I'm gonna prepare the low part of the body to actually receive the tendrils. Same as before, just project all on it. Gonna bring everything a little bit in line. Doesn't seem to be there cooperating. So we can see that projection wasn't really all that good. Give it a little bit more space. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So now it's added the part. It kind of looks mossy now. I like it. The trick is to try and keep it in the same size. So I think it was 18. It looks like size 18, maybe 22. And just start adding again. Doesn't really matter where I add. As long as I try to keep it flowing. And I try to make them unique per segment, but eventually, you know, I do fall into those, you know, sitting around each segment, each spike in a certain way, because it's not a liquid, but it is a growth, so it is relying on gravity. Just to get that plant-like feel to it. And then of course plants to tend to run out a little bit, and they start searching. It's the same thing with if same molecules, I believe, are next to each other, they start getting attracted. So if you have these tendrils, if they grow in kind of the same direction, eventually, or like liquid, it's gonna want to connect. And that's what this is doing as well. It's the path of least resistance. It's definitely active here. Definitely at play. So you know, you can see where the skin is a little bit bulging up. It's gonna gather in the crevices. I'm okay with it bravely trying to creep where it might not need to go. I mean, you can determine to grow plants or mushrooms and dictate kind of where, but it's gonna be parts of it that's gonna just choose his own path. You're not totally the boss of it. Kind of like stubborn kids. I know where to grow. Not the boss of me. And by making sure that not everything is equally distributed, I can easily create these variations. Kind of direct the eye towards thinking that the tail is very detailed because, you know, the fungus isn't everywhere in the same pattern, even though the tail is mostly the same pattern. I mean, I say mostly because it was all hand drawn, it wasn't alpha stamped or anything. Alright. I am almost done with this. Gonna transfer the style a little bit here towards a not really sure what, but it's kind of just pulling a little bit out of it, and then over the large widgets it's definitely going past the sides. Which I think works quite well. Right. Now to actually give the tendons a little bit more shape, I'm keeping the inner polygons visible. There we go. Now, something that I am quite happy with is that tomorrow's a day off. So I will be planning on streaming a little bit tomorrow during the day. Continuing maybe this work, maybe something else. I don't know yet. Depends a little bit on what I feel like. But yeah, I find myself in a rather unique position where I can just stream on a midweek day during the day, because usually I can't do that. Oh, thank you. Do you want me to zoom out and show you the entire thing with this guy? Or do you want me to finish up this tail for a second, so we can have a look at the form with the tail? Alright, just give me a quick second. Just get those last bits of gunk out of the way. Alright. Ooh, there's still some there. Perfectionistic streak is activating. Alright. There we go. Alright, that should be good enough. Alright, that's the stuff on the tail. With some, you know, some mushroom plates in there. It is supposed to be fungus. So like this, like you know, let's see, I can probably show you a picture of the fungus that kind of looks like it, or it kind of looks like that. I mean, it is designed, or well, inspired by I'm gonna scroll past the inevitable toe pictures. You know, the fungus nets, stuff like that. And then or like a morel, I guess. And then on his shoulder he has a little bit like, well, I started out with a little bit of coral inspired stuff. Where is it? Yeah, kinda stuff like that. The folds. You can see that a little bit on the with the shoulder pieces. It has a little bit of that thick structure. Of course, then the underside is, you know, I don't know how to say it in English, but those little plates that you have on the underside of mushrooms. And then you have some generic. Oh, let's go back. You know, the things, the mushrooms you see against trees growing here. So that's the general idea. I already saved that. I need to save now time. So it's a little bit of an you know, an experimentation on it. I wasn't quite sure if it would end up okay, but it seems to be going pretty well. But I haven't decided on the coloring yet. I have been doing 3D for a long while now. It's let's see, it's 2018 now, so yeah, I could pretty much say I'm 2000. It's yeah, I've been using 3D programs on and off. I started with 3ds Max, and then I went to Cinema 4D, and then I went back to Max, and then I went to Maya, and eventually I went to ZBrush. No, the year 2000. So 18 years. Oh shit. If I was a vampire 2000 years, that would be young. That wouldn't be very old for a vampire. Right? Really? They could live forever. But yeah. 18 years? I think I'll hit 18 years. I'm pretty sure I've been doing 3D since the year 2000. But ZBrush is was relatively new to me. So this is actually a revamp of the creature I made in 2013. And that was when I started with ZBrush, and then I stopped working on it for a little while, and now I'm revamping this model to see how much I changed. And I changed a lot, so I'm happy with that. I mean, I don't know if you saw it, I showed it to someone. This was the original one from 2013. And this is the creature now. So it is changing quite a bit. So you could see that, you know, back then I barely could make the shape, and I was feeling really happy with it. And now I'm easily adding a ton of other stuff to it. Do you have any background in 3D art? Is that something you want to share? Because I'm always interested in hearing other people's stories as well. So feel absolutely free to share. Ooh, that's nice. So you're a game design teacher. Wait, you're both? So you're just wait, what is your main forte? I mean, it can be both. I mean, if you provide art for your students, then yeah, you're both. So that's really cool. Do you how long have you been working as a teacher? I should do some non-symmetry work on this, just for a second. Oh, that's really cool. Have you always been teaching, or did you also, you know, do some studio work or freelance work or indie work? Oh, that's still really cool. Why did you never want to be in a studio? And the most important question, do you have any projects that you would like to show? Well, I think it depends heavily on which studio. I mean, each studio has a different working technique, although, yeah, there is a manner of difference between an indie studio and a big studio in terms of pressure, I believe, and strictness. Depends on the studio and the indie studio. Ooh, that looks really interesting. That is a really, really cool Venom model. Well done. It's are the eyes textured or are they also modeled? I mean, they look textured. They look kind of flat, but it might be just the resolution size of the image. The eyes, the eyes of Venom, the white eyes. They look painted or textured, or are they modeled? Yeah, right. I mean, it still looks really, really good. Though I'm wondering, it depends on the budget, right? I don't know how much texture budget or polygon budget, budget it has. I mean, if you're making a really, really, what platform is it? Can you say that? I mean, I don't want to ask you any questions that have an NDA on them. But yeah, then they're good. So it's a game you're making for the or is it just a 3D model? Is it a game or a 3D model? Right. So it is as a tie-in for the new Venom movie. Is that the goal? Ooh, that's generous. My LT version would not be able to export that. Wait. How does it tie into Overwatch? I'm confused. You got me confused. How does Venom tie into Overwatch? Oh, I think I get it. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that is neat. I'm curious what that's gonna be like. So you know, we should have something. I would like to see it. It's Are you already, well on your way with that, or is this something that's gonna be a lot of, features adding and stuff like that? I mean, some projects can take a long while, and some are, finished quite easily. It depends a little bit. That's why I'm asking. You made the entire model today? How many hours did you spend on it? It's it sounds quite fast. All right. Yeah, that sounds sounds a bit more realistic, given the you know, a job and stuff like that. I mean, I haven't tracked this one, but I've been working on this one for a while now too. At least each Wednesday evening for a couple of weeks. Although I move kind of slow because, you know, full-time job, and then you come home and you're a little bit tired, and then you just end up winding down a bit. Yeah, such is life. It's, I know, that's why I like streaming on Wednesday evening, because it gives me, you know, a little bit of a handheld to grasp onto. As in, nope, it's Wednesday evening, gonna be live streaming, gonna be working on this laser thing, doing what is fun and nothing else. It's easy to just overwork, right? At least this for me. I don't know if it's for you. This is just, well, fun. Just making stuff. Just general making things, polishing. Yeah, it's really, really nice. The model, did you make it in ZBrush? Yes, definitely. I mean, you use ZBrush, right? I love the ability to just make this kind of stuff very fast, very quickly, and incredibly easily. Well, that's the spirit. That's very good. It's just so easy. I love it. Did you have a chance to try out the new ZBrush? I haven't yet. I mean, I can upgrade to it, but I need to to deactivate one of my license seats to from my old laptop and transfer it to the new one. So the ZBrush 2080, that is still a surprise for me. So if you work with it, feel free to gush about it. Then maybe by tomorrow I actually have it installed. Alright. Oh, I really like that. The tendrils, it kind of makes this lattice pattern really graceful, and it kind of accentuates the spikes on the crocodile spikes on the back. So you get this really good pattern on it. That's great. I should keep it green. Maybe I should turn it to moss. No one knows. Alright, I'll try to update it before tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow morning, that might be possible. I'll see. Then maybe I can spend tomorrow trying to familiarize myself with it. Would be actually a good thing. Oh hey, look at that. Oh, that's funny. It actually, what is this? No, there is a, you know, the green on top of it. It has been projected, but I wonder what it is. Because I can't seem to be able to select it. It gives the mossy feeling to the I don't know, the sensors on the back. Ah, interesting. But I don't think it's actually part of... No, it isn't. So it is actual geometry. Oh, it's part of the horn. Huh, okay. Well, interesting. It helps. But it's probably gonna cause problems. So there is something I haven't tried with it, and that is the transposing of a model. So you know, if I pull the image back up, especially this one, it was posed, but in the ZBrush that I made it, Dynamesh did not exist, so I could easily, because I worked with subdivisions, I could put it back at the lowest subdivision and then transport it to Maya, shape it, and then transport it back to ZBrush, and then it would be posed at a higher detail mesh. But obviously, now with all the extra stuff, I kind of want to pose it in ZBrush. And I don't know how to do that. I mean, this one, I literally masked and unmasked and rotated parts of the body and used the move topology tool. So obviously you can see some deformations, especially at the bottom. So that's not good at all. It's Siamese lizard now. One of those mutation types. Yeah, it's something I'll look up. So at some point I need to remove or redo the horns. I think I'm gonna save that for next stream because it is a little bit of a, you know, it's not an easy little thing to do. And then I can start poly painting all of the growths. I think I might just leave it as is. It's not too crowded. There's just a little bit enough. I'm double saving stuff. So yeah, I am going to call it a day. Next stream will be tomorrow, around 1 o'clock GMT +1, Amsterdam time, Netherlands time, London, no, not London, Paris, you know, around that slice of the world. I'll be doing the horns. Probably gonna be starting to poly paint this, and then maybe have a look at transposing this, and then that should be done. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, thank you for the follow, and I hope to be able to see you again sometime. Yeah, that was it for today. Progress has been made, and it was a good stream. So I'm gonna be posting the stream time in chat, and also here. Today it's 9, so tomorrow it's 10th of May. Right, and as I mentioned in chat just now, I wish everyone a very, very lovely day, or evening, and in that case, very lovely day tomorrow. Yeah, I will definitely be enjoying my free day tomorrow with another stream. So if you have time, come and hang out. If you don't have time, I will be streaming Saturday. I might be streaming Saturday. I'll put it on the Twitch calendar if I am or am not. And else, definitely next Wednesday. So so enjoy your day, your evening, and I'll maybe see you then. Bye bye.